Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about your martial art workout resolution for the rest of the year. Let's get into it. First of all, setting the resolutions can be done at any time. Don't have to wait for New Year or the new semester or whatever. You can maybe feel like it's a hit or miss. Like you say at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna do every day a martial arts training or I'm gonna run every day, and then don't. Basically, you're just jumping on a bandwagon with everybody else and maybe you won't even get much out of it. Most of the gyms tend to be filled up in January, and by February there's hardly anyone in. It's very important that we work on your commitment to something that you planned out in advance and then you decide to stick with it. For that, you have to figure out what are you sticking with and why. Most martial artists have why. We tend to strive to reach our goals. If you don't have a goal, it's very hard to keep yourself motivated. So for example, for me, the last couple of years, especially the last year, was about preparing for my 4th Dan exam. Even before that, because I wanted to be really good at the patterns and everything else. And then the pandemic hit and our grading was cancelled, along with everybody else's, obviously. Everything was cancelled in 2020. But then I felt like that I still have to keep going. I don't want to stop. I want to be striving for something. That's what kept me going, and that my other partners who were doing also Taekwondo, we tried to get together online or somehow and kept practicing. It's very important because this is something that keeps you motivated, keeps you going. At the end, when I finally had my Dan exam, I was really proud of myself for persevering. I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I learned, not just from the pandemic, but also throughout my Taekwondo journey, is to keep practicing, keep persevering, keep on going. Now I feel like I'm learning a lot more. I feel like I have other goals now. Like I have to learn new patterns for the next Dan, which will be years in line, but I am intended to learn them and practice them and perfect them. So I thought I'm going to make this video about how do I put my martial arts goals together. Maybe it's going to help you to put yours together and we can work on it together. Setting goals is an important part of life. It's an important part of martial arts as well, to set your martial arts goals. So now is the time to set a new attainable goal or goals that you can aim for in the coming months, the rest of 2021. Setting and achieving a goal can help you to stay motivated, and making progress in your development as a martial artist is very important. It's not gonna be like this, right? It's not a straight line. It's like this, usually up and down, a little bit more up, a little bit more down, a little bit back. Like anything can happen. It's very important that you pay attention to yourself, and there's always more levels of that to explore in the worlds of martial art. There's always going to be something for you to practice. One of the things I love about martial art is it never ends. There's not something, oh, I reached this level and there's nothing else. No, there's even more. That's why I try to say to colored belts when like, oh, I want to reach the black belt and whatever, it's like, the real work comes after reaching the black belt. It's very funny when I reached it and it's like, oh yes, I'm here, and it's like, oh, there's a lot more, wow, okay. And I went back being humble and like, okay, now let's just keep on learning. So starting a year or this month or this week off with making some goals that you can achieve is very important. So let's start this month with focusing on the rest of the year. Let's figure out how do you want the rest of 2021 to go. First of all, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself with trying out a new martial art. If you have not done anything, challenge yourself with trying out with a new partner, a new school. Depends on your situation, what's going on. Working with the same partners can be good. You can challenge each other because you know each other's strengths and weaknesses, but over time, you can come to trust your partner and maybe you don't get pushed as much, depends on the situation. A different person who is going to help you to learn different styles and techniques and approaches that will help you sharpen your skills and the martial arts workout. For example, I went on and learned self-defense classes from a different instructor, was teaching purely self-defense, not martial arts, just self-defense. And it was very beneficial for me because I got to work with different partners who were at different levels, like very beginner level, never done anything, or advanced level, who've done something, or really advanced level people. So it was very good because you get to meet new people, a new style, and new types of movements and new types of teachings. It's also very good to work with people above your level or at your level if you are there. If you work with beginners, then you are going to be the one who is teaching. So always be mindful on what are you doing. If you are with a beginner, you're gonna have to teach them. If you are with a very high level martial artist, they are probably going to help you. Establish realistic goals. Creating like a big giant goal maybe sound nice, but there's no way you can complete everything. Maybe you need to modify your goals, or maybe if you fall at your goals are going to make you feel shameful or embarrassed or unmotivated. That's not good. We're gonna have to make sure that you set a new goal at your current level, possibly with the help of an instructor, obviously. So set one goal and one level up from where you are. Applies to everything. And the more specific you can be with your goal, the better the goal can be. For example, you want to lose, 5 to 10 kilos, or you want to do 100 push-ups per day. You might not be able to do 100 push-ups the first time, right? You might be able to do, 10, let's say 20. But then you're gonna build up towards it, right? You're not gonna be able to lose 5 to 10 kilograms in a week, but you might be able to do that in 1 month, 2 months. Like, that's a really good goal. The next important thing is to commit to 1 more day per week. What do I mean? Well, maybe this is the right time to take your training to the next level. Maybe you want to add 1 more thing. Maybe you're doing martial arts and you want to do 1 more class, or you want to do 1 more extra day with running, or 1 more extra day going to the gym and lifting weights, or maybe 1 extra day where you just work on your flexibility, try to do the splits. When you add 1 extra day to your daily routine, you will notice very good results. Your physical strength, endurance, and flexibility will take off. You're gonna get better, and the more time you spend in the dojang, you will keep the techniques fresh in your mind, so you're gonna be more likely to remember them. This is especially true for patterns. You have muscle memory and you have some other memory where you remember the patterns, but the more you do them, the more you're gonna remember them, right? And also make sure to rest after classes. Don't just go, because you have to ensure that your body heals so you can grow stronger and avoid injuries. One of the things that I'm doing is going back to basics, because I feel like many people get lost in the constant need to explore new things, but we forget where we came from. Especially during the pandemic, I went back to basics. I was indoors. I could only practice in a limited space. You saw my live streams, you saw everything. So I try to do stuff that I can do at home. You don't need too much space for martial arts, obviously with some kicks and whatevers, yes. But for the most things, you just have to work on yourself in a nice enough space, big enough space where you can do stuff. My goal was to revisit the most foundational techniques, and it's very good because these fundamentals reinforce the building blocks that come up in the later levels of martial arts, and they support all levels, which is very important. And this can also improve your experience, no matter how many years you've been training. The basics are very important, so let's get back to basics. Also helpful if you have a strong group to guide and participate in your success. So if you have a great martial arts school, go there, keep on learning, go to other places, meet new people, and try to work together on different martial arts skills or other skills. If you can find a person who can run with you, for example, if you feel like I'm not good for going out for a run today, but if you made a commitment with someone, okay, we're gonna meet at this and this time, and you're gonna have to be there, right? You don't want to cancel on that person. Already you have a running buddy, right? That's somebody who you can go out with and have a nice time running and improving your health by making friends and exercising. So these are my tips for martial artists for their resolutions. I'm going to start this month, so if you're interested about my progress, I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to work on my endurance, so I'm going to do a running at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to practice Taekwondo, I'm going to go back to basics, and I'm going to work on the new patterns that I have to learn. Those are very important to me, to understand the new patterns, practice them, and try to remember them because they're quite long. I am also going to be working on my flexibility, especially the front splits and also the side splits. My front splits are getting pretty good, but I was not working on them for a while and I got back, so I want to make sure I keep on working the front splits as well as the side splits. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for this channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below, what are your new martial artist workout resolutions? What did you come up with? What are your goals? I'm very much interested in learning about them. Thank you very much for watching. Taekwon!